what I'm doing now. I'm gonna go live so I can like share the thing
Can you, as soon as you
on.
go live, hit me the link. DM me the link on the gram.
I think we should be live right now.
Great.
I just like to yeah, we're live right now. I'm gonna share it on Facebook.
Joseo, how you doing, my friend?
What, Dan is already there?
Is Dan popping yet? I don't see him.
Haven't. I'm gonna share this on Facebook. Yeah. So a lot of things went down this past weekend, right?
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on in the community. At Arnold's that just went down. You know, that was, of course, a huge event that Nighmare is going to be joining us and talking about. I saw a lot of footage coming through a lot of people's Instagram. As you know, I'm very active on the Instagram, so I've been trying to follow everybody's journey there. You know, of course, Dan Nighmare is going to be joining, talking about it. I saw him have some great polls with, you know, Kevin Palco was there, and Caleb.
Yeah, Kevin was there.
Yeah, I know Dan and Caleb. I forget his last name, but he's a Cali guy. He pulls in the UAL.
Yeah, I just know him. From
his handle is Caleb Armbender on Instagram.
Yeah, Armbender.
I think now he's like a top 5 guy in the 154. But you know, him and Dan had a real impressive war where I think it kind of looked like a second, like LeVon.
The thing is that Caleb, maybe people would think, or people that don't know him would think like he's like not at an elite level, but Caleb is up there. You know, he's up there. He's been around. Sure. You know.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey, there he is.
Hey, here's the man.
Sorry we started the show without you, brother.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was having some technical difficulties with my computer before. My apologies.
No worries.
That's okay. We're all friends here. Trying to survive and live, you know.
I hear that, man.
When your ears burning, I was talking about you a little bit.
Oh yeah, they're always burning. Everyone's always talking about me.
Good things, of
course. You attract too much attention, Dan.
Just a little too much, you know.
Yeah, too much attention, brother. Attract too much attention. Well, let's get into it. We and Troy are just mentioning that a lot went on this weekend, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
We had the Arnolds. We had I believe it was the East versus West qualifier from the northern west side, something like that, right?
Yeah, up in Washington State, I think.
Yeah, Washington State, and Jason Latona was there, but I think there was another one.
Oh yeah?
Closer to California, I think.
All right.
Because Jason was there. I saw the one that Jason was in, and that one was the same day that the Arnolds took place.
Yep.
And then there was the Washington State one, right?
I think that's actually the same one. I think that Jason, if I remember correctly, I think Jason actually took a trip up there.
Is it the same one?
They're running both East versus West qualifiers that close to each other. I don't think they scheduled it like that.
No, I don't
so
think
it was Washington State, right?
Yeah, I think it was Washington State.
Okay, so it was Washington State. It was East versus West qualifier. It was the Arnolds, and what else that that was going on?
Wasn't there that Bowen event or was that the week before?
I think that was the week before. That was
okay, yeah.
That was the same as King of the Table.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and we have the MMT syndrome going around.
Oh man.
Gotta love delusions.
And that's the new pandemic in the arm wrestling community.
That and the return of RVJ.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that and the return of RVJ and the hot sauce for arm wrestling, I call them.
Spicy, baby, caliente.
Yeah.
Hey,
So then,
you know, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
no. I think there's some kind of lagging or something. Go ahead, Troy.
Oh no, I was just gonna say on that RVJ tip isn't he confirmed? I saw that Engin had released that East versus West, like Team West thing, and I saw RVJ in there. Is he confirmed for a super match in East versus West 7?
I think so. I
Yeah.
think he actually is.
Do you know
Who is he gonna pull? Wait. I know. He's gonna pull somebody. I think it's Hachi Soloev.
No.
Soloev?
Yeah, I
you
think
so?
that's what happened. I mean, something. It was supposed to be Paul Lynn versus Soloev. Then it went off the table. But I saw Paul yesterday saying like Haji has some kind of scheduling conflict.
Yeah, I saw that video Paul released, and he was saying he couldn't because of that AMC tournament that he's pulling at. That's that big Russian tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he said he was
But
slotted.
I saw somewhere some kind of promo or something that RVJ was gonna pull Haji. Or am I mistaken? Because I know Paul is gonna pull Sasha now.
Yes.
He's pulling Sasha now. There's so much back and forth. I don't remember exactly what has been nailed down as of yet, but I do know that that's happening.
Yeah. So we have all that, but we're gonna start the show by talking with our friend Dan, so he can talk us through his experience and the matches he had on the Arnolds.
So I gotta say, first and foremost, thanks for having me back on here. It's an honor and privilege.
You're part of the family. You're part of the show.
It's just awesome to be here, though. To share screen time with you guys, it tickles my heart, my soul. I have to say, I have to speak to that.
Tickles my plums.
So when it comes to Arnold, so I got to go to a couple different tournaments this year that I qualified from last year. I've been busting my ass, been very active. I'm
sorry to interrupt you. Yeah. RVJ is gonna pull Surab. Okay. The arm wrestling opinion just commented on the chat that RVJ is gonna pull Surab.
Oh, thank you very much for that clarification. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, go on.
So yeah, I was able to qualify for Olympia. I qualified for New Way Nationals, and I also qualified for Arnold's. And the Olympia was a very first time experience. It was a very big expo. I was kind of floored. However, where the arm wrestling portion took place was kind of tucked in the back way corner. So, I didn't feel as much stress or pressure as one normally would probably feel getting on that type of stage. Similar with New Way. New Way was tucked in the back corner as well from the whole convention. So it wasn't one of the first things you saw. It wasn't the limelight. Arnold's. I didn't know this until I actually got there. But Arnold's, the arm wrestling portion, kicks off the entire sports festival. It's on the main stage, and it's literally the first thing that everybody walks in to see.
That's crazy.
And so that was like, what did I get myself into here? This isn't quite similar to what I've experienced before. So that definitely played a part in my, overall experience on the stage, because you're on the stage, you got 3 tables lined up, you got all these lights, you're literally the main stage, people screaming, yelling, walking by. You have hundreds of thousands of people, maybe not hundreds of thousands, but you have a larger group of people that felt like it might as well have been Madison Square Garden walking past you. And it was fairly intense. In my first 2 matchups that I had, I really felt very comfortable, very confident, and ready to go. I felt strong, felt connected. I did everything that I planned on doing. It went executed beautifully. My third match with, at the time, the number 155 guy of North America, Roman Roma. And I grip up with him, and I'm like, oh God, this guy, I just number one. This is number 1. And I gripped up with him, like, okay, let's see if I got something for him. I'm gonna leave it all on the table on this one. And so in the Northeast, a lot of times we do running fouls, if there's like a little hop or whatever. But in the Arnold's and other organizations, they actually stop the match and restart the match. So I actually was able to catch a slip on him. I was able to go right into his hand. The video will show. I was able to catch a slip, and I thought I had something. And I thought I was going to go into the strap because I feel much stronger in the strap, more comfortable in the strap. So I was like, okay, now I might actually have something here. I didn't realize it was a reset, and my brain got tunnel vision, if you may. And I was like, okay, we're gonna be in the strap. And then as soon as I'm looking at my hand, I wasn't really focused. I was like, holy shit, I have no strap on here. And I wasn't set up appropriately. He took me over fairly easily without much resistance because I wasn't ready. And that just shows my experience level at that point. The next matchup was up against, this was the match that really meant the most to me because it was going to be the make or break deal to get me into first through fourth and get me to the finals. It was against Caleb Armbender. Young man, 22 years old. He is a hell of an arm wrestler, first and foremost, but he's also a great individual. There's not many people who carry the energy that this young man carries. And I highlighted briefly on my Facebook. I want to highlight it here. He's why I keep wanting to be a part of this sport and keep wanting to push forward to the next level. And people like him keep me motivated. And so that being said, the kid's got a wicked fast a low hand top roll, which I thought I was prepared for, but his speed was just really a little too much for me to handle at that point. But I was able to catch a stop on him, even though I wasn't quite ready for him. I caught a stop on him, held him, tried getting up, and I just couldn't get my shoulder in fast enough before he was able to peel my arm over. That piece of it was very intense. He gave me a lot of praise, and it felt really good. I felt comfortable. During the matches, I felt comfortable. Afterwards, I beat the crap out of myself, like anyone does, right? We are our own harshest critic, right? I literally probably for a good 45 minutes, half hour, didn't want to talk to nobody. I was in my head, over analyzing everything, and that I get text messages from Manolo, from everybody, pretty much telling me, reminding me, listen, this isn't fifth place at a local tournament. This is fifth place at the Arnold's.
Yeah.
There's scale, there's scale.
Yeah, scale
Dude,
it up.
and it was a fifth place on your first Arnold.
Yes.
And you're the first Puerto Rican ever to make it to the Arnolds.
That is awesome. That's a privilege and honor to have that.
I know, like, to me, being a Puerto Rican and in the arm wrestling world, like to us down here in Puerto Rico, we see the Arnolds like it's the Olympics, like it's the World Championship. It's like the highest level of arm wrestling that we as Puerto Ricans living in Puerto Rico could get, and you made it there in what, 2 years?
Yeah, I've been competing now at the pro level for a little over a year now.
So
we're all
not 2 years, less than 2 years.
Yeah.
So less than
That's
2 years, you qualified and made it, and you did great. Fifth place, just touching the finals. Where you were, you missed the finals by a little. Because in that match with Caleb, that first, like when you got in the strap and you catched him and you were moving in, putting your shoulder behind your hand, you were getting it done. But then Caleb fouled, and it's hard to like, fuck, I gotta start over. And like I told you, he was just a little faster than you, and I didn't know your match with Gromov was your third match. And to people that don't know arm wrestling, short matches like that with strong people, they take a lot out of you. Don't think like, oh, it was a short match. No. You don't know the pressures that are going on that setup and on that hit trying to catch it,
Well, because with Roman, he definitely does a lot more of a dead load. So you're not sure where he's going to go. So you need to be prepared to go anywhere he's going to go. And obviously, I did not prepare the right lane, when he was ready to go, and I just wasn't. But like, so everything's tensed up, and I'm trying to figure out which direction this man's going to go to.
Yeah, and we're talking. This is the #1 guy in the U.S. I mean, was the #1 guy in the U.S. at that point.
That moment in time. At that moment in time, he still was.
Yeah,
he had not suffered any losses from anybody. He was undefeated at that moment in time.
Wow. I mean, I haven't seen Roman like lost in a long time. Right? No. Am I right?
No. Yeah, no, I think he actually was up top for. Somebody can confirm this in the chat, but I think between 5 to 7 years, he was actually #1 for quite some time. So it was quite the reign that he had.
Yeah. And you chipped it, Yeah.
I would like to think that,
I saw a lane. You had a lane there.
I made Paco's job a little easier by chipping away at the iceberg.
Hey, you made like Levon and Irby's, you made the God bleed, right? Yeah.
I didn't get a chance. I'm so remiss about this because I did not get a chance to grip up with Palco afterwards in the after poll.
Wasn't there an after poll?
There was.
Did you post some content on there on your YouTube, Nighmare? Some after poll footage?
I did on my Facebook.
Oh, okay.
There was a
Kevin didn't do any after poll?
So it was weird because they had the actual tournament. They said they were going to have after poll, but then they just disappeared from the table. The table disappeared. I don't know what happened there. So then I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the High Five Club. So to give a little bit more of a background, we're going to rewind a little bit. High Five Club actually threw the qualifying event for the Arnolds in the Northeast region. So they actually had a booth.
The guy from the five from that club, he's Puerto Rican too, right? Kevin or Kelvin or something like that, right?
Maybe I don't know.
Florendo. His
Chris,
last name is Florendo.
Yeah, Chris Florendo.
He's not Puerto Rican now.
He's not. I thought he was.
He's Filipino.
Yeah.
But
okay. But a while back, I know he visited Puerto Rico a while back.
Yeah. So they had a booth there, and they had this arm hang challenge, which was kind of cool. And they had a couple of the guys of their team showing and demoing how to arm wrestle to people walking by, which was also really cool. So they did use that for an after poll a little bit, but they were also using that for demo. And then later on the evening, there was a local bar that had an after poll. It wasn't very clear as to who was going to be showing up, so people kind of showed up in waves. I didn't get to see Paco there. So next time I will make it a due point to grip up with him, because I want to see what I have with him just to see, because I don't know. The guy's a powerhouse, but we'll see. We'll never know until I give it a shot, right?
So what guys? Sorry, go ahead.
What? No, go ahead, Troy.
I was gonna say. So what guys from High Five were there pulling besides Florendo? I know there's a guy, Francis, that is in their crew, but was anybody else?
Yeah, there's quite a few actually. Derek Doble, he was there. Steve DeMecci was there as well.
He's a 154 pro, right?
Yep, 154. And so is Derek Doble. William Blaskey. I think I'm mixing up his last name. But he's also super heavy. He's a super heavy as well. So New Jersey definitely had a pretty solid crew, competing. From New York, it was just me and Paul Cruz. He got 4th place. Paul Cruz did a fucking awesome job. His first showing too, and being a new showing from New York, we're showing there's some talent here. We got some good pullers, and we're gonna keep showing up with some talent. So then after the tournament, clearly the second day, since I wasn't going to be competing in the finals, I was able to observe and watch the finals and saw the epic war between Roman and Kevin, and that was amazing. It was Kevin just like I thought Roman had Kevin dead to rights at some moments, and Kevin just pulled out of nowhere and just brought him, yanked him back over to his side of the table. And it was like a biggest like uproar. I was like, whoa, that is some serious power.
Dude, that night, I was texting with Kevin,
Mhm.
and I texted him, you made it to the finals, and he answered me like, yeah, I'm going to, like, I asked him if he was going against Roman, and yeah, 98% arm wrestling in the house. That's supposed to be Ryan, right?
Yep, that's Ryan right
98.
98ers, baby. 98.
Yeah, 98,
winter blast.
right
We
here.
haven't gotten the winter blast,
There
but
we
we're going to be
go.
talking about it very soon.
Yeah. So I was texting with him, and he told me like, don't count me out. And I answer him like, whoa. I'm confident, and I know, I have no doubt that you're gonna win. So don't say that. And he was thanking me and all that. And I told him, dude, you're gonna win. So when you do, let me know. And I'm like that. I like. I mean, I'm I love my friends, and even though Kevin, I haven't met him in person, and with Troy, the people that have been really good to me. Like I feel like I you know I give something through the universe, through the energy, to people to get motivated like that, and it was a matter of wills, because Kevin didn't want to lose, and he wasn't going to lose, and it was a beautiful match, and Kevin was due, I believe Kevin has been walking around the entire United States being the number one guy, but not being able to reach the number one spot because he hadn't had the opportunity to pull the number one guy. And I've been following Kevin, since I saw him, and I met him, and I had him on the show, and the way he trains, and the things that he do, he does good thing, and I've actually recommended people that go watch his videos about training, because he trains real smart, and I'm very happy for him. I'm very happy for him, and I congratulated him. And maybe before, I don't know, later on we'll do a podcast with you guys and Kevin, and we talk, things. Maybe we can discuss the MTT syndrome that's going around, and so Troy, Dan, have you had any news, or because I know there was the East versus West qualifier that actually was Washington State, right?
Yeah.
I know Jason Latona qualified in the 176s because he got second place, but I don't have much details because I was paying more attention to what's going on with Dan and Kevin at the Arnolds. Do you have any information or something?
I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't have a lot. I was also between Arnold's. I think we also forgot to mention that the FAL event was also going on, which I was
going to just say that.
And shout out to Beyond 13 in the chat there who brought up the FAL. But as you know, I am the current 155-pound left-hand amateur FAL state champion.
Yes, you are.
They just had their bike week down there and Chance Shaw, and I don't know if Artem was there this time, but they're always having a great event. Shout out to who was that boy from Honduras? I think he just had a really great show.
Marlon won. He won. But he won amateurs or he won pro?
Yep.
Nice.
He's on the right hand, right?
Yeah, on the right hand.
Yeah.
I think but I'm not sure if it was amateurs or the pro division.
But shout out to Marlon Olivia, representing for all the Latinos out there. you know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But I didn't get a chance to see a lot of East versus West qualifying events. I was paying attention to Arnold's and the FAL stuff, which was running concurrently. And, you know, both of those are 8-hour events. So to go through and, you know, it's tough to soak it all in.
Definitely is. It's a full-time job keeping up with all this.
I
can see why people like Aussie had to quit their jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, like my mother's was like, hey, are you gonna like put on like your like official resume now that you're like an arm wrestling like analyst and podcaster? I don't know.
We could do that. We could do that because it's actually a thing now.
Yeah, hey, it's a thing.
If you could give me a credit, I'd appreciate it. You know, put it in the description or something.
Yeah. I gotta start doing it. I just got like lazy with that stuff because I do everything on my phone, and to in the description to write on the phone, it's so freaking hard. And all the I don't know the after things you can do to the videos. You got to do it on your computer, you know.
Yeah, you know, my phone too. We gotta level up our tech game.
Dude, I don't really think I will, because I love doing this through my phone. Like I could be anywhere and I could just go on my phone and do this shit, you know.
That's fine. Hey, what if it ain't broke, don't fix it, baby.
Don't fix it.
Yeah.
Right. It's working for you.
Yeah, I don't know.
Going.
But I gotta ask Basil, because he uses his phone and like you two are on the computer right now, right?
Yeah, no, I'm in my phone too. I'm in my phone.
How is your screen like? I can see it like mine is like cut out. You know, I don't know if you can see this.
You gotta turn it sideways, bro. You have to.
It's turned sideways.
I don't know.
It's probably a formatting of the actual background that you have. You got to play with the settings.
Okay.
Yeah,
so maybe if it's a bigger picture or something.
Yeah, it's probably a picture that's meant to be seen on a computer, not so much a phone. So because you're using your phone, it's not formatted for the phone. Yeah, I don't know much about it, but I remember somebody once said to me, it's not the right format, and they fixed it for me.
I gotta figure it out then. I gotta play with it. So
you're not cut off over here though. You're not cut off. I see Pulsar TV. I see Probando Fuerza podcast live.
Yeah, but in the if you see the YouTube stream, my square, like the picture is not like long like yours, you know, like yours and Troy. I don't know what's going on.
I see you just fine.
Okay, so Beyond 13, does anybody know who Beyond 13 is?
No, I have no idea.
Because I don't know if he's Puerto Rican, if he lives in Florida or something. But he's asking about the details on Devon Larry. Yes, Devon Larry is going to be in Puerto Rico on May 27. We're going to have a seminar, and we're going to hang out with him in Maya West, Puerto Rico. So yes, it's going to be in Maya West. So anybody that is coming to that event, you got to come to Maya West, you know.
I'll be there.
Yeah, Dan's gonna be here.
Oh shit, Nighmare! That's awesome.
Yeah, I actually taking a family vacation. I have a lot of family down. Being Puerto Rican, I have a lot of family down there I haven't seen, and I actually used to go about 2 to 3 times a year and spend a lot of time with my family. And I haven't been there since pre-COVID days, and it's been too long.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How are the flights?
You should come down too, Troy.
How are the flights very expensive?
Not terribly. Not terribly. I got a round trip, I think, for like 3 each.
What about for Devon? You got an extra ticket. You got a ticket for Devon. I'm prepping for Gennady over here. I'm doing my thumb training.
Dude, Devon is sharing every thumb thing. Everybody is tagging him, right?
Yeah.
And I tagged it. You saw the story with the gripper, right? That story was from 2021. And I think that I put on a cap that was saying like, I never skipped thumb day before thumb day was a thing, and he didn't share it.
Oh, that's lame. That's lame.
He didn't share it.
How dare he? But
I'm
I also
coming,
wanted to
yeah.
tell you guys a little bit more about the everything else beyond the arm wrestling over at the Arnold, because it was epic.
Yeah. Go on.
So after the tournament, it was really cool. Once everything got closed up, I decided to go ahead and walk around. I hung out with, a couple of guys at the High Five Club. I had an amazing time. Spent the whole second, like a good portion of the second day with Stephen DeMecci, and really fun guy. We just walked around, got to experience different vendors, learned a lot about different CBDs and different products and different proteins that are out there, and what's good for what different proteins. Definitely educational. But I wanted to highlight there's a company called Resistance in Rotation, and they have this bar.
I saw your thing though.
It's on my Instagram.
Right? Is it called the Cube?
Yeah, it's a cube. It's a complete upper body bar, is what it stands for. And this thing, you can use it for supination training, pronation training, curl.
Can you use it for thumb training?
Time. You probably could use it on the thumb. I wouldn't be surprised if they figured a way to adapt that. But this thing is very versatile, and it's not exclusive to one type of workout. Like, you can do a lot of different things. And the pegs on it are actually really sturdy. You can do elevated push-ups. It's like endless with what the workouts you can do. I for one look forward to getting one at some point in my life, and I just could not promote them because they're brand new. They actually haven't even hit the market yet. They were piloting it.
They're from the future.
Yeah,
they're looking for the future.
Well, they decided they wanted to expose their brand at the Arnold, and they got a better success rate than they ever hoped for and dreamed for. So I hope that nothing but success. That was really cool.
That thing was cool. I love that because you could use any of those vectors, like any angle you want to run out. That's super cool.
Is the bearing always loose, or does it lock at some position and you can choose if you want to lose or not?
So it's always loose, but it comes with these little resistance bands, a light, medium, and then they sell a heavy. These tiny little, it's a tiny little shoestring almost, but it's thicker. And it's got some good resistance, and then you latch it onto it, and it gives that rotation a little extra resistance as you're lifting it. And it's like a regular bar that you can put weights on, so you can add resistance with a little bit more weight behind it. Weight bearing resistance.
I sure would like to try it out.
Oh my God, it's amazing. I really hope that they make it big with that thing, because it is a powerful tool. I think it's going to be a game changer for arm wrestlers and other people who need to strengthen and condition their arms.
Did you get the contact information and all that?
Oh
stuff?
yeah. I'll send it over to you. Their Instagram is Resistance in Rotation. That's what it's called.
Resistance and Rotation.
Yep.
Cool.
Make sure you guys give them a follow.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up. When we end the stream, I'm gonna look it up and give them a follow. Maybe we can have somebody from them on the show talk about it.
Awesome. That would be awesome.
And expose their product. You know what I'm saying?
I would love to. They would love to be on here as well. So I'm sure.
So if you have contact with them, just ask them, and if you want to do it, let's do it.
I will. I'm sure they would love that. That's a great way to, expose a brand new brand that arm wrestlers all across the world will be foaming at the mouth practically for this type of thing.
Boys love their toys. Us boys love our toys.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
The
spirit of Devon Larry is taking over Troy.
Nightmare. Arnold's that we haven't talked about is the huge finals match between Marcio and Pablo.
Oh my God.
Pablo, yeah.
You watched that live and bring me through your experience.
So, okay. Marcio is a beast. He's just a gargantuan human. Standing next to him, first and foremost, I feel like a small child. Just I can probably live and reside inside his bicep, to be honest. The guy's massive, it's a true powerhouse. And when he went up against Pablo, I actually was thinking, Pablo just had an insane match. I don't think he's going to be able to pull it out. I know Pablo, but maybe he'll surprise. Boy, did he surprise in really good fashion too. And I really do think that Marcio being in the Northeast, man, we got to get you to keep that elbow down. We got to get you to keep that elbow down because that's your literally the biggest reason why you had a hard time beating him. You didn't get the wins on him is because you couldn't keep your elbow down. You got to do that.
Like in the words of Mr. Cobra Rhodes, you got to control your shit.
Yes.
Get your wrist crack back.
Yes.
Now, I didn't really see the setup, but it looked like, I don't know if there was something favorable going on with the grip up, but it looked like it was like one of them before outside of the strap, Pablo flash pinned him.
Yeah, no, Pablo, I think Pablo had more reserves after his matchup with Sabin only because he got taken out of his strengths. And so he didn't necessarily get an injury per se. Right.
So I'm happy to know that Pablo didn't cut the MTT button.
No, he did.
He didn't get it. He didn't get it. So because
it was an impressive performance from them.
Dude, the guy had a war on Saturday, and then on Friday was arm wrestling, being like 15 pounds lighter. And he went against Marcio, who is a tough cookie to crack.
Yeah, he's
beat him easily. Like Pablo is in a level above Marcio right now, because it looked too easy. And that static setup, he was like, Marcio was just feeling uncomfortable with Pablo not moving. Like,
no,
I could saw a lot. Like Pablo has reached a new level.
I would say so. I would say definitely, and I'm going to channel my inner Pablo for this upcoming weekend for Winter Blast.
Yeah,
because I'm taking a page out of his book and doing 2 competitions 2 weeks in a row. Definitely the first time I've ever done so. Not entirely sure.
Double up that cryogen. Double up on that cryogen.
It's feeling healthy, solid, no pain. I can tap where it normally is painful after a tournament, and there's no issue. So
beautiful.
I'm feeling as strong, and my weight is on point. I am no way sweating or concerned about it. I am going to be at the 54 class, ready to smash.
Dude, we're going to have to change your nickname from Nightmare to Hellboy. Because you're right. It's like taking over. It's taking over. Look at that.
Look at it. Yeah.
Dude, Troy, did you see the picture with Caleb and Dan?
Yeah, what are you guys? You look like you're sauced to the gills. You munching on Trent bologna sandwiches for breakfast now?
No, just being that skinny. I had to lose all that weight. I've always had this muscle, man. I was just 270 pounds of fat over all this muscle.
Chiseling it. Now it's just chiseled. It's chiseling down, and you're getting vascular. And
well,
the
that's what I'm gonna try, or at least I'm trying, because I'm back in the gym, and I'm like, my mind and my head is spinning around because I don't want to gain the weight back. And it's getting like really fucking hard to train, but at least on the arm wrestling training that I'm doing, I'm progressing little by little, and I'm taking Dan as my inspiration to keep trying to get chiseled like Dan.
It's it's not just working out; it's also diet. It's but
mainly diet.
It's right here. It's right here. It's right here, to be honest with you. It's the mindset. Choose your hard. There's nothing easy in anything in life. When it comes to fast food, it's easy to get to, but the results are hard to deal with. Being healthy is not easy to do, but the results are fairly easy to deal with. So choose your hard.
Yeah, that's good. So didn't Uncle John say something like that too? Like, we train for the difficult, or you stole that from
Dude, can I ask something now that you brought Uncle John
boy.
like subject. Like,
Oh no.
like
What?
his channel was called Uncle John. Then he changed it to John Thompson, and he's not doing the streams as much. He went through some problems or something.
It was more of a I call it more of a character development and evolution, if you may. I think that it's just, being a lot of the YouTube personalities in arm wrestling are still fairly new to the YouTube world, in my opinion. I'm newer in the arm wrestling world than some of these guys have been in it, but just from an outsider perspective, looking in and still kind of getting more and more into it, some of these people have personalities that they're developing, and they do things and they run with them, and sometimes they run in the wrong direction and they have to kind of come to a skidding halt and then run in the other direction. Yep. And so I mean, I think I love what John's doing by way of always trying to be a part of the community and being involved.
Yeah, he's great.
Some that don't like it, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I like, he's a little wacky, but aren't we all? We're all evolving and finding ourselves, like you're saying, and developing our characters. Becoming. You are privy to a great becoming.
Yeah.
But Uncle John, he's really impressive. Especially, he had some great matches, and he caught a lot of flack for that little bit about on Arm Wars, that with that little controversy. But I think that was all blown up and taken out of proportion. To the So
and let's be truthful. Like, it was more like it was like staged, right? That arm wars thing was like staged. I think they asked people to do that kind of stuff.
I don't know about it being staged per se. I think that it was more so there's enough people, YouTubers, who have a cult-like following to the point where if they put their opinion on something out there loudly enough, you have these sheeple following them in droves, and then everyone's following the same singular voice that doesn't necessarily make sense. And I don't think that one. I don't think Arm Wars is something that's a scripted or a fake style event. I think that some of the reactions that happen. I know that some of them lay it on thick. As I said, the personalities are developing and the characters are being grown, but they lay it on a little on the thick, a little WWE style personalities, which can lend to looking like it's fake. I can definitely see that. But
Uncle John was a good Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah,
yes he is.
I'm gonna pick him up and I'm gonna slam the Hulkster right down on the mat, brother. Yeah, Uncle John's arm wrestling show. You want to check that out?
I love that. That's good. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, I wish I could do that too.
I don't got that skill. I'm more of the strong silent type that's just going forward into this thing that we do. We're gonna have to prepare some skits, so you can get like a wig and a fake beard, and we could talk to Macho Man and all that shit.
I'm just getting comfortable. I was a bit of a thespian in high school. I never told you that. I played Kaniki in Greece in my high school musical.
No way.
Kaniki's like a Hallmark card. So I've been around the block, I'm a thespian and a lesbian. Wait, no, I didn't say that. Hey, let's go with some arm wrestling topic. I want to bring up
They're going to take us off YouTube now.
There's Lethal Arms this Friday, early weigh-in for Winter Blast, which is Saturday, scheduled it's at Angie's Restaurant in the Harrisburg area in Steelton. It's being run by Paul Lynn and Lethal Arms and Chuck Bardo and a lot of the guys from the 98. And, we're going to be weighing in, getting ready for Winter Blast. I know there's going to be a bunch of guys there, myself included, that are going to be weighing in and getting ready to compete for Saturday. So I'm really excited for that. I wanted to give a shout out.
Yeah,
again.
and that match with Austin Jaeger's match is going to be great with Derek.
So
it's going to be
real quick, to piggyback off of what Troy's saying, also on the weigh-ins, I just want you guys to know I am also hosting early weigh-ins at the Pit on Long Island. So if you have any questions about that, Feel free to message
So
me.
what's
7 to
what's
9.
the early weighing about? Like you go the day before and you got to certify that they weigh something or something like
Yeah,
that?
They
so
are
pretty much.
video living the feeds, right? So we're going to have everything videotaped, and they're going to have scales that are verified, so you can have visual confirmation of people's weights, and so everything's up to snuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So-
and like, can you just do like take a like I don't know, do a live or something, or a video phone call with somebody
So
that can be watching or something?
It's gonna be a little bit more structured. So pretty much how it was explained to me is you're gonna want to do take a video of the verification of the scale. You're gonna want to take a video of the puller's face all the way down to the actual numbers of the scale, and make sure that this is what their true weight is. So then that way there's no discrepancy or discussion that, hey, this guy looks like he showed up at 200 pounds. Why is he in the 176 class? So, we're going to have we'll have everything recorded, but kept, to the side. Everyone who's weighing in is going to write down what weight class they're competing at, what arm they're competing with. And that way it's going to be a little bit more, congruent. That way, no room for error could occur, because I take this thing seriously. I'm sure that other people who do cut for tournaments take it seriously. We're doing this to kind of create an environment to allow for people not to spend so much money to rush down to get to the tournament, and they're trying to make weight, and they don't want to be weak and rehydrate the same day, because that poses in the situation for injuries, in my opinion. When you rehydrate and you're cutting weight and you're doing a water cut, and if you don't do it right, you can get hurt. You can get hurt because you're dehydrated at that point. So, and opening up a early weigh-in allows for people to be a little safer for their pulling.
And plus on a performance basis, and
that's the other side of it as well.
Yeah.
So
But
if somebody,
go ahead.
if somebody is having trouble with the weight and they have to stand naked on the scale, do you have to go like through the face all the way down like that?
So
3 pounds, right? 3 pound clothing allowance.
Yeah. With that being said, we have a clothing allowance allotted.
Okay,
Nobody
that's
wants
cool.
to see that. Nobody wants to see that, brother. You're not coming.
That's a good way to shut down a YouTube channel too.
What's up? Shout out to Warren Raver in the chat. My Lethal Arms brother, Warren Raver.
Yeah, Warren. Hello, Warren and Francisco Kong. He's watching us too. He's a friend from here, Puerto Rico. He's gonna have a super match on April 8th with another friend of mine, Jose. Nice. Troy, you just mentioned to me, I think it was today, that officially you are an Lethal Arms team member, right?
Well, yeah, there was actually official Lethal Arms team chat that was put on, that Paul Lynn and Warren Raber and Chuck Bart and some of the administrators are now running. So I was lucky enough to make the cut and be included on there with those top guys. Right. And word on the street is that, we're at Winter Blast, is that we're all going to have our team T-shirts and everything ready for the event, and really bringing that unity back to Lethal Arms. That's kind of been, I don't want to say missing, but that some may have, just trying to get a resurgence of that brotherhood and unity, and really that diligence of going out together as a Lethal Arms team. And we luckily have been blessed by Paul and some of the other administrators like Dell and Holden and Justin Barrett and a lot of those guys. And they're very encouraging to a lot of the younger pullers like me, who's going to be many of these guys who will be their first tournament pulling at Winter Blast. So it's really good to see the support from guys like Paul Lynn, and being so inclusive, and to be like one of the team. Like for that's a dream for me, for just as a fan, before I've even met Paul, just seeing him on pay-per-view, and then suddenly 6 months later I'm I'm like one of the boys. It's like, you know, it's like I'm creaming in my panties over here, you know? So I'm just having a good time. I can't wait. I can't wait till Winter Blast. You know, now I've had, that being said, I didn't want to get too personal, but I've been dealing with some injuries. I just got an MRI today on my hip. That hopefully.
Dude, don't tell me the MMT syndrome has reached Pennsylvania.
But you know, I kind of said I wasn't pulling, but you know, if they say I don't need surgery, we'll figure it out. You know, because I'm the type of puller, like since I don't have great technique, I just kind of throw my whole body into it. So if I got a bum hip and I'm, you know, like tweaking out half, you know, throwing my body over the table, trying to,
the hip pain has gone down.
Yes, pain and swelling. They had me on some you know,
you have
anti-inflammatories, meloxicam, I think it was called. I was on that for a week or two.
That's good stuff.
But anyway, so, you don't have any diagnosis, right?
No, I mean, they just took the MRI. It was originally an X-ray that didn't show anything with, you know, anything muscular anyway. It just showed an ossification of the acetabulum joint, which I had to Google, which just pretty much means it's some like mineralization of your hip joint. But that had nothing to do with what my injury was, which had to be a pulled muscle or tendon. You know, that was just like separate. Like
how could you pull that muscle? Do you remember doing something that?
I was doing front lever training, and I was like holding medicine balls and physio balls and doing like leg lifts and front lever, like L-sits, you know, and stuff like that. And I must have like tweaked it doing that, you know, kind of doing progressive overloading with different weights and stuff on there. But I was trying to make 155, you know, which at a guy at my weight, I have to be very strict on my diet and my training. I have to do like an hour of cardio and like train every day, and, you know, make sure my diet and everything, and, you know, eat chicken and veggies all the time. So since I injured my hip,
veggies,
well, maybe I like it raw. But since I injured my hip, and I was bedridden for about a week, and I just was just like, F it, you know, carb time, Carb City. I'm bringing the carb back, and I ordered all my bagels and like, you know, all my cheap food and stuff just to like help me.
How much you weigh now?
I woke up the other night, it was like 179.
179 right now?
Yeah. So, you know, but it's going to be, instead of a weight cut to 150, only quality, my friends. Only quality.
Only quality,
the best quality. The best quality. There you go.
My friend. But no, so now I'm going to be cutting to 176 if I pull. But if I'm feeling good, I have to be smart.
Maybe you feel better at 176.
What's that?
Maybe you feel better at 176 because that's a big cut.
Stronger.
You know.
I mean, I did a first workout, you know, just tonight, and I have one of my sandbags I use for work. It's a 50-pound sandbag, and I was just doing some cheek curls and stuff with it, and you know,
you probably are better than at that point.
I was doing some arm up and like overhead presses and stuff. I was like, oh, maybe I might be able to go pull, you know, but who knows? But I have to, like I'm saying, I'm getting old. I have to consider my long-term health, and
how old are you? You're saying you're getting old. How old are you?
67.
Damn, looking good
in November. But I don't know. I have to think of my long-term health and my training and stuff, because I want to be doing this for a while. And, you know, I have to do the work and stuff. It's going to get busy with the bounce house season, but I want to pull so bad. I want to pull. You understand. You understand how bad.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm playing it by ear. Hopefully they can get some sort of verification where I don't need surgery or stuff before the weekend.
Dude,
so
you're not going to get surgery. I believe that your problem is more muscular and stuff. I don't think you're gonna need surgery. Like myself, I have hip itches too, you know.
Yeah, I think it was just a pull, like I pulled a muscle, you know, something minor.
Yeah.
You know?
Like when I went back to the gym, I didn't want to push squatting, you know, and I think it was like on Thursday last week, I said, I'm gonna do something slow and light. I'm gonna do some belt squats, you know, and it was really light, dude. When I went down for that first rep, dude, it still hurts now.
Yeah.
It like it was like both my hips were welded, and
Yeah.
you know, it
Can't
was
go ask
fucked
the
up, you know.
grass. No, ask the grass squatting, baby.
I prefer this. I won't dishonor myself by high squatting.
He's got too much pride. I forgot.
Yeah, no, I got to squat at least to, you know, below parallel, even an inch or something
You
below
want to see my
parallel,
squat?
you know.
This is my squat.
Yeah.
There you go. There's my range
I mean,
of motion.
it's I've always been squatting, you know. I squatted all my life, and even though being an arm wrestler, I believe that I know arm wrestlers do deadlift, you know, but I believe like squat is a full body workout, and it's a full body, total body strength movement, and I believe it helped me with the power thing on the arm wrestling table, you know, and it's gonna be hard saying goodbye to squats, because it's like right now I don't feel like myself at all. Like
Part of your
this is
routine,
not
of
me. This
course.
is somebody else. It's not me, you know. And to give up squats too, it's gonna be a bitch, you know.
Well, it's because it's part of your routine, right? You know, when you do something so long, repetitively, so much, once you take it away from it, it's like, what do I fill this with?
Yeah,
This
dude, I
Stolen
used to
my
squat 4
identity.
times a week.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah, dude, I used to squat 4 times a week.
Oh my god.
Just do,
You
like
know?
I said, variations, just variations of the squat. Like I had a herniated disc that I herniated 7 years ago. I don't do barbell back squats or front squats anymore. I can, you know.
Dude, I got 2 herniated discs and I squat 600 pounds. I squatted 600 pounds.
God
So
bless you,
don't
my
tell me
friend.
about squatting, you
God
know,
bless you.
and herniated discs and stuff like that.
Those
know?
words, Manolo, are like nails on a chalkboard to a massage therapist's ears. Like, it's like, why would you do that?
Yeah, it's in the very own words of Rocky Balboa, I gotta go out the way I gotta go.
He's an animal.
You're gonna compress your spine. You're gonna lose 2 or 3 inches in your height. You're gonna be.
I think I already did. I think I already did.
He
I don't
went
know
to
how,
the
but I
gym.
think I
He was
already
5'11". He came back. He was 5'6".
did. Yes, something like that. It's fucked up. But anyway, I got my hip issues, and I don't. Like I told you, those hip flexors are a bitch. They get angry at you, and they fuck up with your life like an ex-wife, you know.
You do any you do any like hip thrust actions or cable pull throughs, any stuff like that? Like variations like that?
I can do that, but the thing is, when I squat below parallel, it hurts like a lot, and I got like put my feet like really close to each other, like a very narrow stance to be able to go down without pain. And I was thinking like myself, I was trying to convince myself that everything's gonna be all right. I was saying like, you can squat like Dan Bell. Dan Bell, you know, keeps his feet together. You can squat like that too. But Dan Bell is almost 400 pounds. I'm not 400 pounds.
I was trying to think that the other day, because I'm trying to think, you know, just in my PT that I just started, like, you know, just doing body weight stuff. I'm trying to find the right angle, you know, are my toes pointed in right enough? Are my feet spread out right enough? Like, is my range, or my, you know.
Uh-oh.
I think that Troy,
Troy?
somebody screenshot that.
That's great. Somebody screenshot that. Yeah.
I got to screenshot that. Give me one.
That's a great.
Yeah, it's screenshot right there. We'll wait for Troy, but he was having some hip issues.
Difficulties. So
yeah, he's gonna be back a little bit. There is. I screenshot it, so I'm gonna. That's the.
That's great.
That's the thumbnail I'm gonna use for this stream right now.
That is too good.
Oh, that's good stuff.
God. That's gold. So
Warren, I would love to do those, but we don't have that type of stuff in my gym, or the gym that I go to. So the gym that I go to, it was like the first gym Louis Simmons had, you know. So
So let's talk about the super matches that are coming up.
Yes. Hey, Roger Learn versus Evan Beerman Burgoyne. That's a big one.
That's a huge one. I mean, I feel like Evan is trying to sandbag a little bit and not give enough, respect to Roger that he deserves. And because I think Roger's gonna surprise Evan with that powerful hand of his. When that hand closes, man.
Evan brags about losing.
Yeah, he does.
The fuck is that?
It's all his mind game. That's all it is. It's how he plays.
Does he actually train?
I think he does. I don't know how ritualistically he trains. I don't know exactly what his training style is. I do believe I think he's more of a table time training guy. I don't know if he does any table workouts or lifts, off table workouts or lifts.
I mean, he don't look like he trained much,
That's, you know what though? There are some guys in the sport that do it for however long they've been doing that they don't need to train much. And I got to tell you, I'm jealous of that. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
People are just naturally strong, like that farm boy strong,
Yeah, I will say I think Roger's got this one. To be honest, I do think.
Yeah, I will agree with you.
Roger.
3-0. Said Roger on that one.
3-0, Roger.
All right, so then we got after that one, we got Austin and Zach Lee versus Felix. I actually happen to know quite a bit about both of these guys because
exactly the one that had the thing with Travis Bacon.
Yes, that's Zach. Felix,
those we do not speak of.
Felix. So I don't know. That's not true. I did compete against him. He's got a lot of speed. And when his lock is engaged, it's like a fucking vice grip. It's hard to break. It's hard to move. But we're talking about Zach Lee right here. Strap master, top guy under 176 in the strap. I think probably in the nation. I don't think there's anybody who can beat him. But, I've seen him take down even guys that were like 200 pounds with not necessarily with relative ease, but without maximum effort either. So I think that Zach got the win on him on Felix, and then the final matchup, the big one, Derek versus Austin.
That's an interesting match.
He's got the move like Jaggers.
Jaggers has been moving around a lot, and he's on a tear. I don't know. I gotta tell you
though, I can't wait to just see Derek Smith 6'8" walking around Winter Blast,
that's a physically impressive and imposing being, right? Like you're gonna be.
And I saw Larry Will's video, and he looked huge. Like he got big.
He got big. I think Austin has his work cut out for him, and it's not gonna be a walk in the park for either of them. To be honest, I think it's gonna be a really fun matchup to see. Because. How short is Austin? Do you guys know what his height?
Austin is really strong.
But how short?
Really
what's
strong.
His height?
He's like 6'3".
Oh, so he's not that short in comparison. I mean, he's short.
No, he's not that short. He's tall. But he's not that tall. No. But in my opinion, that match is gonna go or very easy for Derek or very easy for Austin. In my opinion, because we got the size difference issue. Like Derek is really, really tall, and he has to come down to look for Austin.
He's gonna lose some of his angle, definitely.
Yeah. And if Austin can attack inside and isolate his bicep and use some of the things that Uncle Todd has shown everyone, I believe he could easily win. But in the other hand, if Derek imposes his size in the setup and his hand and all that, then Austin wouldn't have a much of a chance,
I agree with that. You know, if he can get his post up there and make Austin's angle go from, you know, an unfavorable position and takes him out of any strength zone he has, then it's going to be Derek all day. But if Austin catches a stop on Derek, I think that, you know, it can go Austin's way. I also just wanted to just shout out a couple of our sponsors that made the Winter Blast possible and these super matches possible. We have Regen Options, which they do PRP injections and stem cell therapy. Arm Assassin Strength Shop for all your arm wrestling tools and equipment.
Lucas Raymond,
definitely check him out. I happen to love my top roller from him. Great, one of my greatest tools, favorite tools that I use. And then we got let's see who else we got. We got Arm Gods. Arm Gods is a sponsor from the from the Ireland UK region. These guys, Paul Maiden, Marcus Thompson. If you don't know their names, check them out. Check out armgods.com. It's a really awesome website they give you ways to learn how to arm wrestle, all different events, discounts or merch.
They setting up a new event, right?
Yep, they're setting up a new event. I think it's gonna be in Canada. I don't know the exact date, but as we get closer, we'll definitely speak to it. We are going to be 98% and Arm Gods are going to be working closely together, you know, in the near future, which is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it's great.
We got armwrestles.com, which is all arm wrestling content. And then Basta Management is going to be, I'm not sure if anybody knows the name Sue Fisher. Sue Fisher is a living legend in the sport of arm wrestling. She's been around for 30, 40 years. She was the originator of Winter Blast, and she partnered with 98% to bring Winter Blast back. And we were super over the moon that she chose us to be partners for this epic event. Last year's event was massive. We had over 300 entries, I believe, and it was packed to the gills to the point where we actually had to go out for the second one. And our third only big event, get a bigger venue. We had to rent out a big conference hall. We're at the Sheraton in Bucks County, and it's going to be the biggest party, arm wrestling party to date as of yet.
Dude,
I think
are you sure about that number of entries?
I believe it was at least that, I think, or it was around 300, give or take.
You know why I asked?
Why?
Because the biggest tournament in the US is the Michigan State.
Yes.
And they do like 500 entries. If Winter Blast is 300 entries or over, it's the second biggest event of arm wrestling in the nation.
So
not quite. So we also have Keystone. Don't forget about Keystones.
Keystone in June. I forget the date, but June.
They actually have close to 500 entries. They've been getting that. So they're actually the second biggest as of right now.
Okay. I didn't know that. I thought Keystone didn't get that many yet.
Oh no. So the Keystones, if you've never seen it or watch it, Keystones is actually cool.
I mean, I've seen it, but it was like under carts and things like that. And they rent out a big ass
field. They rent out a big ass field. They put up these big like carnival style event tents, and people bring in their 10 by 10 tents surrounding it. It's like almost like if you're looking at it from the outside in, like you would think it's like a farmer's market, flea market, outdoor market set type of deal. But then all of a sudden you hear all these people yelling and screaming, and it's just a big party in the middle of a football field, essentially.
Oh, is it a football field?
Or some athletic field. It's at West Hanover Parks.
It's at a township. But yeah. And another huge thing I wanted to bring up for Winter Blast that nobody talked about yet is that Ryan Grondin posted something huge that 217 Brad Cook is going to be in the house.
Oh
doing audio and video, right?
Yep.
That's huge. He's at the pinnacle of production.
So not only that, so we got a couple other things. Winter Blast will also be live streamed on the 98% YouTube channel, along with live commentary from none other than the dynamic duo known as, wait for it, Jake Aussie arm wrestler and Uncle John will be doing live commentary.
Yeah, I heard that. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Brother,
That's good.
Uncle Jake and the Aussie arm wrestler gonna do live commentary.
They're gonna do live commentary. That's gonna be epic, man.
I thought I heard him
Huge,
say
man,
that,
huge.
but I was like, oh man, it can't be right. I didn't know he was doing it live.
Yeah, they're
So
gonna
is he
do
doing
live.
it remotely? So he's gonna be doing it live, like digitally remotely, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, no, he's not gonna be in person. Unfortunately, Jake can't make it to the US still as of yet due to travel restrictions to Australia and US. So hopefully that will alleviate sooner than later. That way we can get our favorite Australian into the United States.
Even just that we're blessed to have this guy doing live commentary for 98 and Winter Blast. That's so cool,
Absolutely.
It's good. That's a hard thing to do, he being all over there in Australia and Uncle John being in Canada, or
I mean,
Uncle John's gonna be there.
This is guy doing King of the Six commentary with Levon and Hermes like 2 weeks ago. Now he's,
Yeah,
that's huge. That's so cool.
That's so cool that we get to share screen time with that guy as well. It's like,
Yeah.
this is awesome.
Yeah.
And is that it that I got?
Oh no! One thing I had a note here. I wanted to bring just a small. I think it's called Fill Abundance. The food drive is going on. Well, they'll be accepting canned food, dry food, pretty much all the donations. It's on the Winter Blast page. If someone can link that, I tried to, but I couldn't do a hyperlink. If someone can link that in the chat to the Winter Blast page, just so show what everybody can bring. But I'm going to be bringing a bunch of food donations that are going to a good cause. So I think it's called Fill Abundance.
Fill Abundance. Yeah, it's called. I'm looking at that right now as we speak. Just give me one moment. I tapped the wrong thing. Yes, so Fill Abundance. And some of the things, just so you guys can know what we're looking for from the for this drive: peanut butter and jelly, cooking oil, canned tuna or meat, canned fruits and vegetables, canned stews or soups, oatmeal, breakfast cereal or bars, whole grain pasta, 100% juice, rice, and boxed non-refrigerated milk. So anything you guys can bring, and if you, we're not asking you to go into the grocery store and clear the shelves, but if you're in your food pantry at home and you have some canned stuff or some non-perishables that you're not going to eat yourself, there's somebody out there who can actually really benefit from this. So help out.
Yeah, I love that the 98% every time they do the event, any event, they do this kind of stuff.
Thumbs up.
Nobody else does that.
No.
Thumbs up the 98 showing that they're full-on rapists. I mean philanthropists. Hunting philanthropy from the 98.
Hell yeah.
I got my thumb training. Yo, Gennady, Opa Gennady. What do you think? If somebody's lifting heavy iron and then someone's sitting there twiddling their thumb all day, who do you think's gonna win between those two men? If you didn't know who I was talking about, you'd be like, okay, the man not sitting around twiddling his thumb all day. Sorry, Devin, I know I love you, but I'm being the protagonist here.
Yeah, and every arm wrestler knows that whatever you do in the gym lifting, it doesn't it's not everybody will be as strong on the table.
It's so true.
Like I used to curl a bicep curl 250 pounds, right? But when I arm wrestle my friend Joe Cortez, he gets me because of his back pressure, and
you're doing specialized training and stuff too, but is it setting a bad example? I mean, are you sitting at home with a little elastic band, like doing thumb training like all day to fatten up your thumb and pad and stuff like that? Are you really doing that all day?
Yeah, actually, I don't really do it all day, but every time I hit arm wrestling something, I always work on my thumb. And actually, I will tell you that on the last arm wrestling event that was in Puerto Rico, on the after pull, I pulled a little, and everybody was saying damn, Manolo has a strong lock, and I was holding everybody with my thumb. They I catch them on my hook, and when they try to pronate, I just use my thumb to stop them. And actually, that shit works. That's what I'm saying. That I have not skipped thumb day even before thumb day was a thing.
On all the live streams I've seen of you doing your workouts, I've never seen you doing the thumb training.
Dude, because those are the type of things you don't want anybody to know about.
Yeah,
secrets.
Troy.
That shit is secret.
Hey, wait a minute, Troy. You definitely benefited from secret training videos being delivered your way that don't go out and released into the public. Okay.
I do some weird ass shit that I don't share on social media because people will say that's some weird ass shit.
Yep.
Yeah, I get what Troy's doing.
Yeah,
it was something like this.
A little something like that. A little something.
I even got like I used to like do my grippers and like after I do the gripper workout, I would do like for hold, like I would hold my hand closed for any 20 count, 25 count, some shit like that, right? And I switched that and I have like a ball. My friend gave me a ball that has like a handle and stuff, and I changed that. I grab the ball like this and I hold it for time, with I did like 55 pounds 55 pounds last time for a 20 count, and that's that's some weird shit I do, trying to fix something because as I get smaller and apparently weaker, I got to go on through another lanes, through other lanes, you know what I'm saying? But and I'm still trying to make my comeback into arm wrestling, so
I just like to see big men putting up big weight. Gennadi's putting up all these huge numbers. He's Opa, and he's got
Opa and doing that big numbers. Then he gets on the table and people start cracking his wrist back. What the fuck is that all about?
Hey, he still got he got the bicep integrity. He could still finish with him without his wrist.
There are some guys who just say my wrist will never be strong. And I actually had a conversation with an arm wrestler. My wrist, I don't plan on making it strong because I like being able to do certain things with my wrist. So I don't plan on it being strong. Like I don't plan on having the same stability that some other have. But I will make strong my forearm and my arm. Take my wrist all day long. I'll play around without it. And I turn around.
You got to have the ability to go that lane, Because I cannot do a flop press rest. I cannot do it.
That's starting with a handicap. I feel like it's giving yourself like less advantages to work with, but to each their own.
Like after what we saw
between them, like the troll war going on, they keep releasing new videos back and forth. Like Gennadi released a video that Devon won.
Yeah, they're milking it every cent they can.
I like how Gennadi's smart. See, a lot of these guys
just had his period. Gennadi broke a nail and he's listening to Bad Bunny now. They were milking it.
Hey, they got to play in the game. They got to know these champions of the sport. They got to know that having fun. It's like the YouTube stuff. Like, who else is doing a good job of that? Like Panzer Sadis is going back and forth with Pradeep. That's been, and it's kind of because that's people like the controversy. It stirs things up.
They enjoy it.
That's how you make money on YouTube. I don't like to do that because when I did that, a lot of people didn't like it. And even though I'm not sorry for anything I said, I just stopped doing it to help the community get along. And even it's shit,
But there's situations like they know that they're both like being playful. When it comes down to it, they know that there's no bad blood to it. They both know what's going on. It's a lot different if someone's like doing it like maliciously. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I agree with that entirely. Because if you're doing it with the purpose of, hey, listen, we know you and you genuinely really do respect each other, but you're just gonna have fun to lead up to the match, to generate a little more interest. And hey, you may get 2,500 more followers within a month of doing this because of it.
Or you bought them from some Russian website.
Some people just, take a lot of stuff that should be a joke to heart, you know, and you can
Oh my
talk
God.
and we can, you know, and you can have fun, but people go like, why is this asshole talking about me?
It's a joke, not a life sentence. Don't take it so hard.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
be happy people are talking about you.
Yeah,
Well, that's
publicity
the other side.
is
The other side of
publicity.
that is that when the memes get made or someone cracks a joke on me, and I get a lot of it, trust me. I see a lot of it in different chats and things like that. I actually sit there and say, wow, somebody took time out of their life and dedicated it to me. Because
Dude, do you
that's
know?
that's awesome. Thank you.
Do you know how many stickers of me there are on WhatsApp in Puerto Rico? And I love it. I love it. I own the land, a little spot of land on their heads,
Oh,
and they are sharing me. You know, publicity is publicity.
yeah.
Even though they hate me, they love
You know what? This just shows we're doing the right thing. I gotta tell you, I like the company I've been keeping of late because y'all really do show the testament of the phrase, your vibe attracts your tribe. You guys are awesome. Whenever I see your name pop up on my phone, I've got to tell you, a little smile gets on my face because it's like, okay, whatever issue I'm dealing with, I can forget about it for 5 minutes and know that I'm with good people.
Yeah, dude, and I gotta apologize. Yesterday was a shitty day, and you know,
Health first.
I wanted
No
to do this
apologies
on
needed.
Monday, but you know, and even though like right before I went live, I was at the hospital because the lab called me. They had to draw more blood out of me, and I had to drive to the hospital to get them to draw the blood. And I was like, "You gonna do this or what?" They had me waiting for 45 minutes, you know. But we're still here,
Yeah.
and I'm trying to make it fun.
Yeah, staying positive, man. It's because, like, you know, life always happens. Bad stuff always happens. You know, that's part of life. You know, is the good with the bad, the ups and the downs. It's keeping that positive mindset through stuff. I mean, you can allow yourself time to grieve and be sad, but you know, keeping a positive mindset and like striving for better things for the future and being productive and like, you know, I've learned that's really is the mindset is very important, you know, to lead you through the negative shit that's gonna happen, you know.
Yeah. Just look at Michael Todd.
Yeah.
Being overwhelmingly positive also doesn't allow the negative little nuances to slip into your thoughts processes, right?
Uh-huh.
So if you generate enough light where the shadows are at a minimalistic level, all you're gonna have is light to appreciate.
That's beautiful, man. That was very poetic.
Yeah, Dan is like
I get
that.
those from time to time.
I'm like, yo, stop being
Dan
such
is
a
like that. You
grumpy
should
little
write it
punk.
down. You should write it down. Then use a picture of Michael Todd and put that text on.
So his quest for 100 is back on, huh?
Yep, back on
The what?
arm.
His quest for 100 trophies.
Yeah, and dude, people are talking, and you know, we're talking about
Shocker.
staying positive and all that, but let's talk reality of
Yeah, there's
on
difference between
what Michael is going
positivity
on.
and vanity. But, you know,
Yeah,
you know.
let's talk reality. Like Michael tore his bicep. Okay, he tore it, and he had surgery. And when they are I got you then. When they went in, they find spores and all that, and they have to detach the elbow to deal with that, then reattach the elbow, then attach the bicep.
Okay.
Dude,
Yeah.
nobody comes stronger from that.
No.
Well,
Sorry, but it don't happen.
Because joint integrity at that point becomes in question. Listen, I can speak to this because I've actually seen this type of surgery happen. I've worked on pitchers, on somebody that actually had this type of surgery. I've worked on fighters, and they are probably 70% of what they once were.
Yeah, like
60 to
look
70%.
at Devon. Look at Devon. Devon went through that, only that he didn't have his bicep tear, you know.
Yeah.
He just had to have his elbow detached to deal with the spurs and the calcifications inside his elbow. And Devon almost took him 5 years to get back to that elite level. And when he came back, he is a different type of arm wrestler, you know. And I don't know. I don't think Michael is gonna come back stronger the way he arm wrestled. He's gonna have to find something else, because after that's a traumatic surgery.
Yeah, he's gonna have to relearn how to arm wrestle in a very different lane.
Yeah,
it's
Michael Pod 6.0.
no, actually, it's 22 trillion point 5 something version like that, something like that. Yeah, you could ask Joe Biden, and he will give you the exact number of his version.
Come on, man. Come on, 24,000, man. Come on.
Yeah, exactly like that.
That's too
I wanted to share something with you guys before we go. I was talking to Pep. Pep is sick. He's been sick for a long time, and that's why we haven't been.
He's been still posting videos. He's been posting YouTube videos.
Yeah, he started posting recently, but for when all these people were milking this drama around, Pep wasn't seen on doing videos because he's been sick, you know.
Oh man.
He texted me earlier today, and we chatted a little, and he said that he was sick, and I invited him to be on the live tonight, but you know, I don't think he's feeling well enough to, you know, because he hasn't been even following what's been going on, you know.
Is it like just like a cold sick, or like something serious?
I asked him, and he only told me that he just needed be in bed, resting, and taking vitamins. So,
well, we'll send him our positive vibes and our well wishes here. Post TV, try to send him some positive healing energy. He's a great just force in the community.
Yeah,
you know,
we need him.
We're lucky to have him.
Every morning, I think he drops his video around 10 a.m. on YouTube or something like that, and I always look forward to seeing his.
I always leave some comments, some trolling comments, and he like gets it. He knows it's just trolling. He gets it right away.
I try to think of something. I'm like, I respect him so much. I want to leave a good comment on his page. I'm like, I better think of something witty to say for him, you know. Because
well, guys,
it's gold, but he always believes
it's gold. Yeah, it's gold. It's gold, and a lot of people are copying what he started. You know, the short videos that are not shorts; they're just videos that 1 minute or less.
Yeah,
there's a lot of other channels doing what Pep started doing. You know,
absolutely.
And that's good, because he set a bar and an example, and people are following. You know, it's good.
For sure. Pancakes.
Yeah. So hey, Drew 24 always comes in, and it's like, oh, I missed it, but he just made it. Drew, hi to you. You just made it. We were about to call it a night, but you made it. Thank you for the support, and thank you for always leaving comments to boost the algorithm and all that stuff that you do. We thank you, and we love you for it.
Thank you, Drew. He's always, I see him in the comments all the time too. He's supporting everybody.
Always.
Yeah.
I actually met Drew. I met him when I went to Olympia. Really nice man. As nice as he is in person as he is online.
So he's from Nevada?
I believe so. I believe he's from that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Arturo is visiting. He's in Puerto Rico. We're gonna meet up at some point. He's gonna be here for like 15 or 20 days, something like that. Nice. But he's spending time with his daughter. So, but guys, let's call it a night. We've been talking 1.5 hours, and I know people got to work and all that. I thank you for being here. Congratulations to Dan on his accomplishment this past weekend, and please support my friends Dan and Troy on their social media, and subscribe to Full Sail TV. Hit that like button, and we'll see you in the next one. Okay,
we'll see you at Winter Blast 2.
Winter Blast, Winter Blast.